Hey y'all, Rob the American here, and welcome to Chapter 7 of Tales of Manchester and of Watches. Today's theme is transportation, and that could only mean I'm taking y'all down to Manchester's historic Victoria train station. And let me tell you, I've seen some ups and downs with this station, even since I moved here. And on my wrist today is gonna be this. Check that out, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna strap this on, and it's not as cold today, y'all. So I'm still gonna have my coat on, but I'm telling you, no gloves, no cap today. And we're gonna have a wander on down. So I hope y'all will join me. Come on. All right, guys, we are making our way to Victoria Station. It is about low 50s today, so it's not as cold. And somebody was asking me, they said, Rob, you've lived in the UK for a long time. How could you not know Celsius at this point? And I said, I kind of laughed and I said, well, it's kind of a combination of a few things, including not being very bright and having trouble with math. So this is what was taught to me on how do you figure out temperature and how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So say if you have, say, 52 degrees, to convert it to Celsius, you subtract 30 and divide by 2. So for example, so subtract 30 from 52 would be 22, and then divide by 2. What's that? Divide by 2. Well, you get the idea, but you can see how I struggle. It's easier when you're converting Celsius into Fahrenheit. So for example, if you have 10 degrees Celsius, then you double it to 20 and add 30. So that's 10 plus 20, that's 50 degrees. There you go. That's how you do it. But you can see how I struggle. Anyway, we're making our way to Victoria Station. We are almost there. We are surrounded by very cool buildings. Have a look at this. I'm gonna flip the camera around. I know I'm getting off task, but have a look at this. Look at this. Awesome buildings. Wow. Look at that. It's just one right after another. You have to look for these. If you're coming into Manchester, come behind the print works to these co-op buildings, and you're going to find a treasure trove of super cool Manchester architecture. Look at that. Wow. Awesome. Look at that. Now let's check the time to make sure we're not going to be late for our train. Oh, I don't think we're going to be late at all. No, sir. All right, you can just see Victoria Station. It's straight through at the bottom. This building, the red brick up on the left, is occupied by Amazon. Now, I've been desperate to try and get in here because wait till y'all see the front of this. But the security, I've been told, that is not happening no matter who I've begged or who I've asked for. But this is an awesome building. This is from the back. Check that out. Wait till y'all see the front of this. Wow. They took this over a few years ago, all in quiet. There's no sign or anything. You'd never know it was Amazon. They're very secretive. And here's a super cool pub. Sadler's Cat, been there a few times. Definitely y'all should check that out. All right, guys, this is the front of that building that Amazon has taken over. Look at that. Wow, that is quite impressive. You can see why I'd want to get in there. And it's right across the street from our destination today, which is Victoria Station. So let's get back on track and have a look at the station. Oh, it's kind of hard to see the main facade of the station from this angle. So we are going to have a walk around so you can really get a better perspective on the building itself. Y'all, this part of the Victoria Station was opened in 1909, and it was built in the Edwardian Baroque style. Have a look at that. Of course, you have the clock. When you think of England and its history and think of train stations, something that looks like this comes into mind. Growing up in the United States, we didn't see anything like this. This is awesome. And if you notice on the red awnings, you'll see destinations: Scotland, Ireland, Fleetwood, Blackpool, etc., etc. Very cool. From this side entrance, you've got the Manchester Arena on the left-hand side, connected to Victoria Station. Now, one little known fact is if you look just on the left after the arena, this simple two-story section is the only part of the original Victoria Station, which was opened in 1844. The rest of it, as I said, was opened in 1909. Have a look at that. Cool. All right, y'all. Somehow there's a miracle has occurred, and the skies have completely blued up. And I got a special treat for y'all that I can't believe. I feel so blessed. All right, I'm gonna flip this around and I'll let you know what's happening. All right, have a look at this. So this is the Hotel Indigo, which is right next to Victoria Station. Guess where we're going? We're gonna get a special viewing of the station from up above. Come on, let's go. Now, this hotel has been about 5 or 6 years old, and I watched them building it. In fact, I've got a picture I'll share with y'all of the construction. And when I saw it, I thought, God, this looks like something from out of the 1960s or 1970s. But it's very cool. Come on, let's go inside. Oh, look at this. Wow, check that out. Super. It's really cool how they integrated this old building into the new hotel. All right, y'all, we are sitting in the lobby of the Hotel Indigo. We are waiting for our escort to take us upstairs. I'm very excited. All right, y'all, get ready to get your socks blown right off. Check this out, y'all. Oh, here we go. You know what's coming. Oh my gosh. And look at what's below us. That would be Victoria train station. Wow. The skies have opened up and cleared just in time. Look at that. Now look at that roof with that very interesting canopy. I was around when they were redoing this station, and I would watch them bring these giant metal ribs on these huge trucks, and they had set up these giant cranes and would lift them off of the trucks and put them into place. I mean, it was slow going, but it was so interesting. The engineering that went into that roof, it was quite special. All right, let's come around a little bit, see if we can see the facade a bit better from this angle. Look at that. Man, this Hotel Indigo, this is a perfect place to stay if you are looking for views. I mean, let's even look at the Manchester skyline with this blue sky. Look at this, y'all. Wow. That sun is almost blinding, and you don't get to say that in Manchester too often, I promise you that. Wow. All right, y'all, let's make our way inside. Check this out, y'all. Lots of all the old original features. Very cool. And as you get through the entrance, you see this. Look at that roof. Wow. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Now, the Metrolink, the tram system, was added in 1992 as part of the station. Let's have a look at that before we get to the train section. It's really great how they integrated both the trains and the tram into one station. And then straight back is the arena. So you've got, it's basically a three in one situation here. The arena was opened in 1995. Now this station has seen some good times and bad times, and when I moved here it was not one of the good times. In 2009, this station was rated as one of the worst train stations in the United Kingdom, and I can remember very vividly walking through here, and when it was raining you'd actually get wet on the inside. It would be dripping from the ceiling. Check this out, y'all. This is the original 1909 wood paneled booking hall. It's like stepping back in time. Wow. Very cool. Check this out. Right next to the ticket office is this on the wall. A huge tiled map of the old railway line. Look at that. All done in tiles. And at the south end of the concourse stands two memorials. The one on the right is called Soldiers' Gate and is dedicated to the soldiers who gave up their lives in World War I. And then to its left, something much more recent, unfortunately, it's a memorial set up for the Manchester Arena bombing from May of 2017. Still very fresh on people's minds and in people's hearts. All right, look at the supports for this roof. These ribs, these metal ribs, were all brought in by giant trucks and lifted up by these huge cranes, which I'll show y'all a picture of. Look at that. Wow. Have a look at this. These, another one of the heritage original features here. I don't know if y'all can read this, but those are mosaics, and this used to be the restaurant for first class passengers. Have a look at that, y'all. Wow. All right, y'all, we're going to make our way to the beer house, bar, and kitchen, where we will sit down, get a drink, and have a chat. All right, y'all, we've just stepped into the Manchester Beer House kitchen. Now you think it's just a nice pub. Wait till you look up. Oh my God, look at that. Wow, that is sick. The whole pub has this vibe about it. All right, y'all, I've had a seat, gotten something to drink. Cheers. And look what I have. Check this out. Oh yes. This is the Tudor Black Bay 54. Have a look at that. Now it's named the 54 because the Tudor's original dive watch was released way back in 1954, and this is an updated version of that. So it has a vintage look, but very modern. Now, when this watch was first released, I kind of did a yawn, and I'll tell you why. They made it in the case in 37 millimeters, which is relatively small. My favorite kind of sweet spot on watches is, say, between 39 and 40. 37 on paper seemed too small for me, but somehow Tudor got the proportions just right. The thinness of the case, it just worked. But it took me trying it on to really see that, because it was not on my radar at all. And how it came into my possession was another one of those watch things. So I went to see my authorized dealer, and he said it had just been announced. Now, this watch was announced at Watches and Wonders way back in the spring of this year. Now, Watches and Wonders, for those of you who don't know, is a watch trade show that happens every year in the spring in Geneva. And for the uninitiated, Watches and Wonders is kind of like the Super Bowl for watch nerds. And so me and my watch friends were all super excited to see what was going to be released. But this was not something that I don't think any of us was excited about. It just thought, oh, it's too small. So I went to my authorized dealer, this is a couple months, and he said, oh, we've got this new Tudor Black Bay 54. Do you want to try it on? I was like, yeah, okay, since I'm here. And the second I put it on my wrist, I was smitten. And you could see it in my face. I couldn't believe it. I said, this is, on paper, it's too small. He goes, I know, but it just works. It just works. And I was looking at it, and I thought, okay, I'll have it. And then he just started laughing. He goes, oh, Rob, you need to look at the other side of the tag. So I flipped the price tag over, and it said, for exhibition only. And what that is like when a watch is in high demand or it's a new. So when a watch is in high demand, they'll get one, what they call for exhibition only, for display only. That's not actually for sale, so people can see it and give orders and stuff like that. And I said, no problem. I said, well, when you get one in, let me know. And he looked at me with another smile and he goes, Rob, if you want it, you can have it. And I was kind of bowled over. I said, are you sure? I don't want you to get in trouble. And he looked at me and he goes, I'm the one that makes those decisions. And that would be this. So that's how this Black Bay 54 came home with me. And I've never regretted it. Tudor, for those of you who don't know, is owned by Rolex. So it's kind of their lower tier watch company. Now when I say lower tier, I don't mean lower quality. It's a lower price point. They're much more accessible watches, but very, very good quality. They have that guy, what's that soccer guy's name who's represents him? David Beckham, that's the guy. He's their brand ambassador. You'll see him in advertisements and stuff like that. And I don't know if any of y'all seen that. I think it's Netflix, that documentary about him. There's that one scene where his wife, what's her name? What's her face? Victoria is she's talking to the camera about how they were all regular folks, working class, blah, 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 blah. And David Beckham comes in and he goes, tell them what kind of car your dad drove y'all to school in. And she goes, no, we were just working class, we were just regular people. And he won't let her keep going. He goes, tell them what kind of car your dad drove you to school every day. And she's like, no. And he won't let her. And he says, one more time, tell them what kind of car your dad drove you to school in every day. And she goes, okay, it was a Rolls Royce. He goes, all right. Anyway, I thought that was funny, but I digress. Anyway, where were we? All right, y'all, check this out. Wow, look at that. Wow. Look at that black dial. That's a deep black, and it's almost matte, but not quite. It's got a vintage sort of look about it. And then you've got the mostly round hour markers and the patented snowflake hours hand that Tudor is famous for, along with, y'all know it's one of my favorites, a lollipop seconds hand. Check out this bezel, y'all. Oh my God, that is music to my ears. Tudor gets that click just right. All right, we're gonna light this baby up. I've got my handy UV light. Wow, look at that. Wait till y'all see this at night. Check it out, y'all. Oh, that looks so good. And look how it fits the wrist. Again, 37 millimeter, and yet it fits so right. That is awesome. All right, y'all. That's it for me today. I want to thank, we've got lots of thank yous today. I want to thank first the good folks at Manchester Victoria Station for giving us permission to wander around. The security guards stopped us a couple of times, but when we had permission, that was the magic that got us through. and also the good folks at Manchester Beer House, Bar and Kitchen, for giving us permission to come in here and film, and they've been super kind. And finally, to the good folks also at Hotel Indigo, who gave us permission to go up to look down. And finally, Tudor. Thank you, Tudor, for coming out with the Black Bay 54 this year and making me very happy. And if y'all enjoyed this video, hope you'll give it a like and subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. So join us next time for another iconic Manchester building and another super awesome watch. All right, y'all, be well.